Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Mental Health Impact Series show. Today is season 2 and episode 19. And today we're about to have a very important discussion on suicide prevention and suicide survivor support. A couple of facts before we get started today, and we bring on our very special guest speaker. Did you know, according to the World Health Organization, more than 700,000 people die due to suicide every year? Did you know suicide occurs throughout the lifespan and was the fourth leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds globally just in 2019? Did you know in the World Health Organization's Mental Health Action Plan for 2013 to 2030, World Health Organization member states have committed themselves to working towards the global target of reducing the suicide rates in countries by 1/3 by 2030. So if your organization is working in this field, you may be able to become a member and help with this cause. Without any further ado, let's welcome our very special guest today, the one and only T Lotus Hill. She is a spiritual wellness coach and a healer, a 7D intuitive healer. She is so incredible. We are so excited to hear more from her directly. Her services and teachings have helped her clients create a life of happiness and abundance, even when the task might have seemed hard. Since 2005, her company, The Sacred Path, has been helping clients become the happiest versions of themselves by teaching them how to connect with your inner strength, shatter limited beliefs, and overcome fears. I can't wait to share more and hear more, learn more from her. Without any further ado, let's welcome T Lotus Hill. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Thank you, Tamara. It's so incredible to have you here. Could you share a little bit about your professional background with our audience?
Absolutely. So I'm T Lotus. Everyone calls me T Lotus. I am a minister of spiritual metaphysics, and as you said, a 7D intuitive healer. And I help people heal mind, body, and soul so they can create their most incredible life. My business, The Sacred Path, provides services, spiritual coaching. I have coaching programs. I have spiritual readings, which are a lot more fun than it sounds. And I also provide energy healing services, all to help. I'm a law of attraction life coach as well. So I teach people how to tap into the energy of the universe and have it and work with the universe to create the life that they want and to come out of their low vibration, which is what we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk about coming out of that low vibration to help people come out of being suicidal.
Beautiful. If you don't mind me asking, just for the audience that is not aware, what is 7D intuitive healing?
So there are different modalities of energy healing. We've all heard of Reiki, we've heard of Qigong, acupuncture, different modalities. I am attuned to a new modality of energy healing called a high 7D. And it is energy that is channeled from the seventh dimension, angelic frequency. And so that's why I am a 7D healer. it is beautiful and powerful. And the reason why I'm here today, and we haven't talked about my background story, but I had a tragedy that happened on January 1st of this year, where I lost my oldest son. I am the mother of 5 boys. I'm the mother of 5 boys. My oldest son, who was born on New Year's Day, he died by suicide on New Year's Day this year. And it put me in and, you know, I'm all about peace, love, and light and helping people come out of their low vibration. It put me in the lowest vibration I ever could imagine. And my energy healing and a high 7D is the reason why I'm here, you know, my spirituality and the energy healing. So that's what the Sacred Path does. That's what I do. And it's all, again, to just help people just open their eyes to their own magnificence.
That's beautiful. And I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. You know, it's a journey. So it's July, so 6 months. And there are waves of emotion still, and always will be, because that's my baby. I'm always going to be a mother of 5. And it's my spiritual, my consciousness that allows me, that reminds me that there is a divine reason for everything, even the things we don't like. There's a divine reason for it. And so my journey, you know, I took up the mission to help raise awareness on suicide prevention and suicide survivor support, because I know what it feels like to feel alone. I know what it feels like to, you know, to lose someone so suddenly, have that rug pulled out from under you. You know, we hear a lot about, you know, people who are suicidal. There are signs, there are symptoms to look for. There are, you know, there's behaviors. And my situation, and I found out, I've learned since that my situation is not unique. There were no signs. I mean, the last time I saw my son was on Christmas Day. He came over to my house. My family and I had an amazing Christmas, as we do every year. And with the pandemic, you know, we made sure that it was extra special. So, and then literally 2 weeks, you know, or a week after Christmas, he's gone. He was, you know, it was a kick. I call it a universal kick in the gut, like no clue. And so the questions started, of course. Why? What was wrong? You know, he and I, you know, I'm close with all my babies, but he was my first. He was the one that made me mama first. So racking my brain, you know, we were very close. Like if he had an issue, if there was something going on, I'm the one that he could have come to amongst anyone else. But yet, knowing the man that he was, he wasn't going to do that, because one, he wouldn't want to burden anyone else with his issues. And 2, you know, there could be just you know, a cloak of privacy due to being embarrassed or ashamed or anything. And so you know, I understand now that whatever he was going through, it was meant for him to go through it alone, because he went through it alone. You know, one thing that helps me, and I hope will help others, suicide survivors, is knowing that there is a divine purpose. There is a reason. There is a reason why it happened. And I could have drowned in my muddy waters of grief. Is what I call, the muddy waters. The lotus flower grows through the muddy waters. I could have drowned in those muddy waters. Instead, I chose to just, as low vibrational as I was feeling, the heaviness of my grief and my pain, I knew that there was light, because there must be light in the darkness. And just the knowing, I couldn't see it yet, I couldn't find it yet, but just knowing that there is was what kept me holding on long enough for the universe to bring people into my life to help me out of my low vibration. They stayed in my business. And that is what I want to tell everyone that's watching, is that we are interconnected.
Yeah.
We all need each other.
Yeah.
And so we must, when he disappeared, he was missing for a good 7 days before he was found. So that means he was alive that whole time. He was alive the whole time we were looking for him. And I went live, just asking people to help look for him. And also it was New Year's Eve, that's when I went live. And so I was like, please, wish happy birthday to my baby when you count down the new year. But through my tears, I said, your friends, your family, your loved ones, get in their business. And I said it more forcefully that day because it was raw emotion. I said it with a few colorful words, but get in their business. And what I mean by that is you call them, you talk to them, and if you see something is off, you take action on it. You support them. And there's an acronym that I came up with that was given to me by Spirit: love, listen, observe, validate, embrace. So now it's not just get in their business. We get in their business with love by listening to them, observing what they say, what they do, and seeing what they say, because sometimes those things don't match. We validate where they are. We validate with understanding where they are, and then we embrace them. Not just physically. I mean, with the pandemic and everything, we can't hug and social distancing, but that's not what I mean by embrace. We embrace them with our actions. We've been in a prolonged state of unhappiness because of this pandemic. And yeah, we're coming out of it. We're slowly opening, and then we got the variant, and now there's a new level of stress. We've been in this prolonged state of unhappiness. So we need each other to vibrate higher out of that unhappiness. We can't do it alone. We shouldn't do it alone. And we are not alone. And that's why I'm here today talking to you guys. I talked a lot, didn't I?
But you're so, so graceful. I mean, considering that this just happened in January, it's been 6 months. I can't even begin to imagine the strength, the clarity, the mental clarity it takes to be here today. Want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It
Thank
means
you.
so much to me that you're here today. And sometimes the universe has its own plans and works in a way it's just so meant to be. I was just sharing with T Lotus earlier that we at Reach Out Together, we're celebrating World Reach Out Together Day this coming Monday, July 12th. July 12th is when I lost my twin brother to suicide. And
wow.
This year would mark 5 years since he passed away. So it's been quite a journey, and you being here today to raise awareness on this topic, it means so much to me.
Thank you.
This was so
this
meant
means so much to me. It's all about another example of someone who has and is turning her pain into purpose. This is what I'm doing, speaking to you today and speaking to others. And, anytime I get an invite to speak on it, I will, because we have to remove the veil, the stigma of talking about suicide. We have to remove the stigma of talking about being in low vibration, because we all experience it to some level. And some of us have a harder time dealing with that low vibration, depression, mental health. This is a mental health summit. So just, low vibration covers the gamut of mental health issues. But low vibration can also be just your daily, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I'm working too hard. How am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to get out of this? That's also low vibration. And so, but turning your pain into purpose with Reach Out Together, this is beautiful. And I'm doing the same with The Sacred Path. I just started a new podcast, Triple L, the Love Lotus Show. Hopefully you'll share the link to that, because next week we're going to talk about honoring your healing journey. And in it, I'm going to share more of my experience, my healing journey, and how I'm turning my pain into purpose. And that is how suicide survivors, that is how we honor our healing journey. That is how we honor the one we lost.
Absolutely. We have a couple of comments coming in from the audience. I'm just going to quickly read them out. T Lotus, I am so sorry for your loss, but how you've transformed your pain and loss into purpose is truly commendable.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who was that? I like to call people out by name. Who said that? I can't see the chat.
Ankita, are you able to actually let us know? These comments are coming in through our YouTube channel, because we're live on YouTube right now. So if you can just let us know, that'd be great.
So much. I usually when I'm doing a live or whatever, I like to call them out by name, but thank you for your comment. I am living proof that there is light in the darkness, and that, yes, you can grieve and be sad, like grieving and happiness can coexist, believe it or not. And I would, I'm proof of it.
I love that.
I'm proof of it. And so, and because of that, here's something that I want to share. I want to share for suicide survivors who, because I know, if you can imagine, my firstborn, any of my children, of course, a mother loses a child, but I had him when I was 19. And I have a beautiful continued connection with Carrie in the spiritual realm. That's part of that 7D thing, that 7D intuitive thing. But I had him when I was 19, and I grew up. He made me grow up. And all of my first as a mother was with him. So, and let me tell you, he was a beautiful soul. I have to put that out there. He was beautiful. He was beautiful. All the girls wanted him. And the cougars too. Like, hold up. He was 29 years old. He was beautiful on the outside and even more beautiful on the inside. I had so many friends. When he passed away, everybody said he was my best friend. Everybody thought Carrie was his best friend, was his best friend. And he was a musician, with aspirations of being a producer. He's a beautiful musician. He radiated his light to everyone. That's why everyone thought he was their best friend, because he radiated his light to everyone. I taught him to do that. And he always put you first, and they called him Care Bear, amongst other things. He had many nicknames. I called him the Presence, but They call him Care Bear because he greeted you with the most healthy hug. Sometimes squeeze the air out of me. I'm like, boy, you're squeezing me too hard. But it is that losing that has been a void that, first of all, I never thought I would have to experience. I have 5 heartbeats. With each child, my heart gains a heartbeat. And now there is a hole where he once was. I feel that emptiness. But if you were to look into that hole in my heart, what you will see is a bright light, a beautiful bright light that is Carrie. And so I choose to radiate my light and his light through that hole in my heart so that no other person, my goal is that no other mother goes through what I go through. Now that's huge, and billions of people on this planet. But if I can help one person, if I can help one person heal, or if I can help one person come out of that low vibration to switch their mindset,
Yeah.
then I'm good. I'm good because this is my mission.
I feel
and
that.
This is why I can smile and talk to you. This is why I can share my light. I see the comments.
Yes, we have a question here from the audience. Could you touch base upon the services you provide? Very good question.
Absolutely. So I do spiritual readings. That's how I started the Sacred Path. I'm a Master Lenormand card reader. Lenormand is another divinity tool that is used. A lot of people compare it to tarot, but it's not tarot. It's totally different. So I provide spiritual readings, other oracles, and I've been people's best kept secret for a while, for years. And word grew. I have 11,000 people on Instagram following me because of the readings. And so I provide the readings. And then I also am an energy healer. So before I became a 7D intuitive healer, I would provide energy healing services through crystals, crystal healing, and sound healing. Now that I'm a 7D intuitive healer, I can provide distance healing sessions, and I just launched this part of my energy healing, and I'm excited because my clients are giving amazing results. So I provide amazing testimonials. So I provide energy healing services, sessions. And then I also am a law of attraction life coach. So I have a life coaching program, an e-course that people take, and people have manifested cars, they've manifested peace, they've manifested love, they've manifested businesses, lots of testimonials on that stuff just by taking my challenge, or they're all a part of the Sacred Path community, which is a free community. The Sacred Path on Facebook. So you can join the Sacred Path, and then people will upgrade to VIP to get an opportunity to work with me. And if you're curious about any of the services that I provide, all of it, the goal to help you vibrate higher out of low vibration, but also to connect you to the power within you. And once you realize how powerful you really are, your world changes right before your very eyes. Look at me. I should have been under the bed in February. I could not go outside. I couldn't drive. I couldn't talk to people. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to do anything. Okay. And then I surrendered to the universe and said, what do I do with this pain? And the universe sent me a beautiful person, epigenetic doctor, who sent me supplements to help me come out of my depression enough for me to, and then opportunities here, opportunities there, opportunities here. And so now I'm so focused on accepting all the opportunities, right? That now I have a podcast, I have, I have launches happening. I'm doing all this stuff, my work, and everything that I set intention for when I started my business, I'm doing now, when technically I should be under the bed in grief. But I'm not under the bed in grief. I'm in the muddy waters. Remember that lotus flower. But I got my head up, honey. That beautiful lotus flower, I got my head up to the sky, to the sun, to the light. I got shit to do. We got people to help. Do you understand? So that
Oh,
is
I
what is
love it.
keeping me going. And Carrie wouldn't have wanted any other way. As a matter of fact, I know he's with me.
Yes,
So
he
I hope
is
that
with
answers the
you.
question. Sorry.
No, that was beautifully said. Thank you, thank you. Let's. So in the last 15 years, you have been helping people find their inner strength and shatter limiting beliefs and overcome fears. I want to commend you for all the work that you have been doing, obviously, for a very long time and more than ever now, given everything you're going through and growing through, rather. Um, it is truly remarkable. What are some
Thank you.
strategies? No problem. What are some strategies for someone that you can share for someone to acknowledge that they have limiting beliefs to begin with, and how can they work through them?
Well, the first is, if there's a fear, then there's a limiting belief. They two go hand in hand. If there is a fear, there is a limiting belief. So if someone is afraid to try something new, if someone is afraid to do something, whatever it is, there's a limiting belief. The limiting belief could be, I'm not good at this, or I won't succeed at this, or I might get hurt, or whatever the fear is, it's tied to a limiting belief. So what the lotus flower does, and I keep going back to that, what the lotus flower does is, even though it's in the muddy waters, it still grows towards the light. So even though you're feeling whatever the limiting belief is, knowing, just the knowledge that if whatever you want is on the other side of that fear, right? So if you take action anyway, if you do it anyway, there's a book that I've read called Do It Scared. If you do it anyway, what you'll find is that, first of all, the fear was a limiting belief that just dissipates because you brought it to the light. And secondly, you're powerful because you are of the divine, made of the divine, as above, so below. So you have everything that it takes, right? And then you start creating your reality because of that. So just right there, just knowing that, okay, here's a fear, there's a limiting belief, but if I do it anyway, doesn't matter what the result of it is, you will have overcome and dissipated and transmuted the fear. I'm a former sign language interpreter, which is why I'm talking with my hands.
I love it. I love it. We have so many questions coming in from the audience right now, but we don't have enough time to cover them all. This happens quite a bit. So, what we're
I
going to
know.
do is we are going to do our best to have T Lotus in our event on July 12th on Monday on Clubhouse under our club Reach Out Together. For now, we'll take one last question. And from what I see here, I think this is something that's quite appropriate, and I hope this adds value. I love this question. How can we respond to someone having suicidal thoughts in real time?
Just be with them. If you feel like they are suicidal, then your energy, your love, be with them. Whether it's on that phone, don't let them off the phone. I'm pretty sure you have the resource. There's a suicide prevention hotline. If you don't, we need to put that up somewhere. If they won't call it, you call it. Tell friends, hey, this person. So it's all about the interconnectedness. And we're so afraid to talk. We're so afraid to talk. So reach out to that person and get in their business by listening to them, observing them, validating with understanding where they are, and embracing them with your actions. Okay?
I love that.
Just don't leave them alone. Keep hounding them, even if they're irritated. Keep hounding them. Keep on it, because that is going to inspire the breakthrough.
I love that. It's almost like you've created a methodology on how do you respond to someone who's
It's
having
all
suicidal.
spiritually led, because it's what I would have done had I known that my Carrie was suffering in silence. No more suffering in silence. That's how we end it. We get in their business with love. Hashtag get in their business with love.
Business. I love that. And that's really accurate. Get in their business.
Yes. Total opposite of what we say, right? We say, stay out my business. But no, if we want to help someone who's suicidal, get in their business with love.
Yeah, I second that. I love that. That's so well said. So moving on to our last question for today. If you were on stage and you had a mic, what message would you like to share with people?
You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are a part of all that is. And as wondrous and amazing the universe is, so are you. That is my message.
I love that. Where can people find you?
You can find me at thesacredpath11.com. You can click on membership and join the Sacred Path community. It's a free membership. You can also upgrade. And check out my my podcast, Triple L, the Love Lotus Show, every first and third Friday of the month on Transformation Talk Radio and the Sacred Path YouTube channel.
You are absolutely incredible. I want to take some time right now and just commend you for everything you are, the effort, the energy that you're putting into having this version of you, because you are serving the world. You're making an immense impact, T Lotus. I don't even know if you realize it, but you being here today has honestly made my day so much brighter. I know the team.
You made mine so I didn't know your entire story, so thank you for sharing. I know your audience knows your story, but I thank you. Thank you for sharing. This has made my day.
Oh, it's such an honor. Thank you. Thank you. So before we wrap up, do you know that this is our logo? You can see it right at the back as well. It's basically two fists put together. Do you know what this means?
I know what it means in sign language, but no.
What does it mean in sign language?
So it's a long story. It don't mean what you're about to tell me though.
So this
flower blossoms. So it starts
very similar. I love that version too. But this in sign language means together.
Oh, yeah. This is together.
Yeah. This in sign language means together, which is why we have
how you have it this way though. Yeah.
Yeah. And we use the color orange because orange in color healing therapy brings out feelings of warmth and happiness.
Yes.
And our goal at Reach Out Together is to heal the world together, community by community, conversation by conversation.
I love how our missions are completely aligned.
Yes, this was so meant to be. I'm so grateful that the universe brought us together today on this very day. It was so meant to be. I want to take some time to thank you, obviously, for being here, for sharing your valuable time with us. I know you're so busy. And also the team on the back end who's running this program every single week. Ankita, we have us, we have Ashni, we have Aishu, sorry, we have Brad, we have Yashika, Saki. There are so many individuals who are on the back end ensuring that this program continues to run every single week, and we're able to bring forward incredible advocates like yourself. So I just wanted to thank you all. Thank you all for doing this work.
So one more thing, whenever I sign off, I always do the I love you sign. This is I, L, and Y for I love you. This is in the deaf community, a way to say hello, goodbye, I love you. And I say peace, love, and light. And that's what I'm radiating to all of you. Peace, love, and light, everybody. And thank
How
you so much for
amazing.
having me on.
Thank you. Thank you. Peace, love, and light. Let's continue to reach out together for better mental health. I'm very excited to see all of you on our clubhouse room this coming Monday from 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's an 8-hour virtual summit. And as always, at Reach Out Together, we are always innovating. We're always finding new avenues to continue to share important messages with people. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and recovery is possible. Resources are available. Yes, absolutely. We at Reach Out Together, we run a completely free of cost program for anyone across the world. If you or a member in your community is looking for support, guidance, but maybe they lack the motivation from within to just go up on the internet and look up some resources. That's what we're here for. We have a team dedicated to doing the research and sending you custom resources for what you are experiencing. And this is completely free of cost. Send us an email at resource@reachouttogether.com, because you are not alone in this. We are in this together, so let's recover together. Thank you. Bye for now.